Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are here in camp. We have Liliana, Alistair, Sten, and Morrigan way over there. And Bodan and his son Sandal have joined us as well as merchants that we can use at any time. Yeah, why do I have my bed out here in the open while everybody else is using a tent, apparently? Probably just because of that one scene that we had last episode when I was waking up from a dream, and that would have been hard to do if I was in a tent. Anyhow, we are going to get on with things. So, let's leave camp and choose our party who will be coming with us. Alright, well, I definitely want to have Alistair with me because, you know, we're the Grey Wardens who are doing this quest. I want to take Morrigan.
Indeed.
Because she's the mage, she's the only mage we have, and, you know, we need a mage. And I think I'm going to take Liliana. Wait a minute. I'm second guessing this. Well, actually, no, let's take Liliana for now, then we can give her that new dagger that I got last episode.
Indeed.
Yeah. We'll switch. We'll be switching party members out. I'm not going to always take the same people, but I am always going to be taking Alistair. Out of everybody, he's the only one I'm going to take every time, just because I feel like it's weird if just Alistair stays behind. He's a Grey Warden, and he's one of the only two Grey Wardens that are still alive, and it's his mission just as much as it is mine. These people are just coming along to help. And so, I won't always need their help, though. So, hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Anyway, let's get going. So, we have places open to us now. Alright, we can go to Denerim, which is like the capital of Ferelden. Capital city. We can go to the Brazilian forest where we need to talk to the elves. We need to go to the Lake Callanhead docks to get to the Circle Tower to talk to the mages. And we also need to go to Redcliffe to talk to Arl Eamon. And we can go to the Frostback Mountains to talk to the dwarves of Orzammar. And this Soldier's Pass, I can't remember what that is. I know it's DLC content, but I can't remember which one. I don't want to do that right now. And we can't go back to Lothering, and we can't go back to Flemmis Hut. Or, I mean, I guess we could go back to Flemmis Hut. Or maybe we can go back to Lothering. There is a point where we won't be able to go back to Lothering anymore. And that is after it gets taken over by the Darkspawn. We won't be able to ever go back there again. Anyway, Alistair keeps insisting that we should probably go to Redcliffe first to talk to Arl Eamon. Just because he's the only one, Arl Eamon is the only one that Alistair actually knows about. And he's positive that Arl Eamon will help. So that's probably our best lead. However, we did get the news that Arl Eamon is sick and dying. So, yeah, maybe it isn't a for sure thing. Let's go find out. We will go to Redcliffe Village first. Uh-oh, we're being ambushed on the road.
Darkspawn.
Of course it's Darkspawn. Oh, they're behind. Oh, there's traps. Here. Let's trigger the traps, or, yeah. Don't step in them, anybody. Don't step in the traps. Uh-oh. I've got something wrong with me. I got a spell on me, and it's killing me. It's killing me fast. Oh my gosh. It's killing me super fast. I can't even take a potion. I'm gonna die. Take a potion. Why am I not taking a potion? Take a Oh, it's not even letting me take a potion. I'm gonna die. Well, okay. Alistair... whoops, Alistair's about to die. Alistair, yeah, you do that. I'm gonna switch to Liliana. No, I wanted to switch to Liliana. She needs a healing... What in the world? Okay, Liliana... Oh, I accidentally stepped in the trap. Get out, get out. Okay, Liliana can do these too, just as much. Disarm failed? Well, fine, I'll switch back to me then. Me. Yes. And I have injuries now. Okay, I wanted to disarm the traps before everybody stepped in them. That's why I was running around trying to do it. That one of those Darkspawn got me in some sort of spell that just prevented me from using healing potions. I don't think that has ever happened to me in this game before. That was interesting. Huh. So Liliana can't actually disarm traps. Or at least not, is this the one I stepped in? Yeah. So I have an injury now. Let's take a look at it. Wrong way. Wrong way. Okay, come on. There we go. I have a wrenched limb. Oh my gosh. So let's take an injury kit.
Let us be on our way.
Indeed. Alright, so this, the glowy stuff that's around us, that's Liliana doing that. Let's just turn that off. That's Song of Valor.
I don't think so.
I'm actually going to change her tactics so that she deactivates Song of Valor at the end of battle. I'll do that real quick, and then I will be back with you guys. Alright, and now while we're here, let's equip her with that dagger. Yeah. Swap the weapon set. No, not that button. Wrong button. She's currently using an enchanted dagger, which is just like mine. So let's equip her with 2 daggers. And then, yeah. Although, let's switch her back to the bow. There. She doesn't have enough tactic slots right now to actually give her any tactics for using the daggers, because I have her set on archery right now. So she only has 4 tactic slots. So we will, once she gets another one, I'll have her, yeah, I'll set her on more tactics to switch weapons when necessary. Switch weapons when necessary. All right. Let's clear this area and we can be on our way. So did the Darkspawn set traps then? Do they do that? Huh, interesting. Here we go. On our way to Redcliffe. And there it is.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I told you before how Al Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in. Mm-hmm. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek.
Oh.
Which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
Oh. Doesn't that make you the heir to the throne?
Maker's breath, I hope not. I don't think so. You don't think so, do you? I'm a bastard. And nobody even knows about me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaylin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Does Logain know?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
Okay. Well. Why tell me then? Why do I need to know?
Because it will probably come up. I didn't want to walk into Redcliffe without you knowing the truth. That would be just awkward. I have no illusions about my status, however. It's always been made very clear that I'm a commoner, and now a Grey Warden, and in no way in line for the throne. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Arl Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaylin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh, no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now, can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Aren't you?
See? I knew you could do it. It's easy, isn't it?
Indeed. Okay, what did that just do to Alistair? He just, like, glowed for a second. Does he have special... anything now? Maybe that was his shield cover going away? Item set bonus. I never saw that before. It still doesn't say what it does. It's just really annoying to me. I'm recording this episode directly after the last one, so I didn't really take the time to, like, to research item set bonuses. I should have done that, but I did not. Can we go in here? No, we cannot. Okay. There's somebody on the bridge over here.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
What do you mean? Is there a problem?
So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
Wow, you have got a chin and a half, don't you? I've heard that Arl Eamon is sick, if that's what you mean.
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other.
Indeed.
Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arl Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Okay. Now, we've seen Ban Tegan before. He was in that little clip that had Logain and the Queen, and he was the one who opposed them. Yeah. Huh.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
Yes. You don't believe Loghain's lies?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So, you are a Grey Warden as well? Is it possible we've met? You seem very familiar.
You may have known my father, Brynn Cousland. Not Brynn Loghain. My gosh.
Ah, yes, that's it, exactly. A pleasure to meet you indeed, though I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What evil things are you talking about?
Some call them the Walking Dead, decomposing corpses returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arl Eamon.
Well, of course we'll help.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Okay. All right. Then I will be on my way.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Morgan disapproves 5, Alistair approves +2, Liliana approves +2. Well, of course Morgan isn't going to like anything we do. Yeah, I'm not going to ask Bantegan about himself. It doesn't feel like the right time to just sort of have a friendly conversation about...
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Soon, darling. Don't worry. Everything will be all right.
I want to go home.
Demonic
Where's
possession.
Father? Why can't we go home?
Father is
Thetis
outside.
calendar.
From the bad men. We must
So we've got a
go
quest
and be
over
good.
here.
guess
Before we
so.
talk to her, though, let's look around.
Let us pray. Blessed art
This
thou
is the
who
chantry,
exists
then.
in the Maker's
Okay, they
sight.
moved all the pews out of
Blessed
the way.
art thou who seeks his
Why haven't
forgiveness.
Mother and Father returned
Blessed
yet?
art thou
They're-
who seeks
The
his
founding of
return.
the
They're
chantry.
gone.
Blessed is
dear
the
boy.
prophetess, his daughter,
Gone on a long
sacrificed to the
trip.
holy flame.
When will they
May
be
the
back?
chant reach the
On
Maker's
this,
ears
then?
and tell him
Right.
of our contrition.
Your parents would want that.
The chant of
We
light,
need you
commitments
here
of the
to
Maker.
protect the rest
Okay.
of us. Yes?
I guess I'll
Yeah, why do they always tell children when people die that they just go on a long trip? Why don't just tell them the truth? I mean, they're gonna learn sooner or later what death is. Might as well just tell them, right?
I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear you?
But night is coming.
All right,
The
Caitlin.
monsters will return and...
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
Were you making noise? Are you all right? Why are you crying?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere. How terrible. You poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help. And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Why would he run off, do you know?
He said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
If he has foolishly run off, then he is no doubt dead. You should get used to that fact.
Nice. Maybe you want to kick her in the head while you're at it.
Shall we comfort her with lies? If she is to face death, better she face it honestly.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Have you tried looking for your brother?
I went to our house. It's by the square. He wasn't there. I searched the rest of the village too. I called and I called, but he never answered. I wonder if he ran off into the woods. I'm so worried. Without me, he has nobody.
Okay. Well, we can look for him.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him.
We have no choice.
All right.
We must.
Well, you know, we're going to be
and
wandering
hope for
around
the
the village
Maker's
anyways.
compassion.
We might as well keep our eyes out for a lost kid. All right. So, we've got militia practicing. Here's the town of... Look at that windmill. My goodness. The town of Redcliffe looks so much different than Redcliffe in Dragon Age Inquisition. Dragon Age Inquisition is the most recent of the Dragon Age games, and it's the one I played most recently as well. And so I got used to that Redcliffe. This one is...
I don't want a surprise
very,
attack
very
before
different.
the sun goes down.
Yes, sir. What should we do until then?
Pray and hope for a miracle.
Murdoch. So he's the guy who's in charge of organizing things. Let's talk to him.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I didn't think they made women Grey Wardens.
And why would you think that?
For more reasons than you'd care to hear, I bet. Still, there's no reason to think Van Tegan's lost his mind. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
Well, you can call me Brynn.
Fair enough. What can I do for you?
What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
And why does he refuse to talk to you?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
And nobody else can do these repairs?
Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd be happy to test it in combat. If there were others, don't you think I'd ask them?
Well, sure. All right. I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest of us. What good will that do anyone then?
Indeed. All right. So we need to find this blacksmith dude. All right. Where is... Let's take a look at the map. Excuse me. Caitlin's home. Okay. So we should probably look there for her brother. Well, she said she looked in her brother's home. I mean, in her home for her brother, but you never know. The Chantry, the tavern, the smithy, and Sir Perth, which he was keeping an eye on the castle. Okay, so we need to go into the smithy to talk to the smithy. What do you know? All right.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Okay. Is this Owen the blacksmith? I need to speak with you.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
Well, I'd prefer not to speak through the door. Can I come in?
Certainly not. I don't know you and I don't want to. Off you go.
Excuse me. I need to talk about repairs for the militia.
That's so. Well, if Murdoch wants more weapons, you can give him the same answer I did. He can make them himself.
Please, I just want to talk to you.
All right, all right. I don't know why you're so determined. Here, I'll get the locks.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
Look at the cobwebs behind him. My goodness. My name is Brynn, a Grey Warden helping Van Tegan.
A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
Why have you locked yourself in the smithy?
My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
So you intend to drink yourself to death?
Why not? It's not like we're going to live past the night anyhow. Or are you going to save us?
I intend to try.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
I will do my best.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
But no one can get into the castle right now.
Eventually. They'll want to seek out the Jarl and our lesser. And when they do, you go in and bring my Velena to me.
All right, I will promise you, if I can get in there, I will look for her.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
And I suppose there's no point in me sitting around, is there? Time to relight the forge and get the smithy going, eh? Murdoch will be pleased. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Okay. Morgan disapproves again. Well, gee whiz, Morgan. Yes, if I saw a kitten in a tree, I would save it. That doesn't go anywhere. Okay. You're so cold-hearted, you are. You wouldn't even save a kitten from a tree? Honestly. It does take quite a bit of effort to get Morgan to like you 100%. Alright, let's tell Murdoch that we got the guy to help.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll send one of my men to inform Van Tegan the militia is ready for battle.
Okay. Yes. How is morale?
Morale's about what you'd expect. These men aren't soldiers. They're villagers defending their homes, and they're frightened. Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed now. That is a relief, let me tell you. We're better off now that we've sufficient arms. I don't know that we're ready for the battle, really, but were we ever? Is there anything else?
Well, I still need to speak with Sir Perth.
You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. Right? Let's hope we see morning.
Indeed. Alright, so we should go speak to Sir Perth, but first, let's go into Caitlin's house. Which one's Caitlin's house? This one. And see if we can find any clues.
All right, I've come up with one. A question that you can't answer.
Are you talking to me?
That's right. You think you're so smart. I've got an academic question that I bet you won't be able to answer.
Oh, I doubt that.
So tell me then, what was the name of Andraste's husband?
This is
I
a
know that.
religious question, not an academic one.
You're joking, right? A 5-year-old could answer that question. Do you not know more than a child?
I care nothing for your religion, and this game of yours is over.
Oh, how the mighty have crumbled.
Mafarath. Mafarath is the name of Andraste's husband. Okay. Who lives out there? That is a huge castle. Wow. Where in the world is Caitlin's house? How do we get to it? Oh, it's way over there. I was going the wrong way. Okay. Way over here. Was that one? Yes. Okay. I get turned around. Alright. Let's look around. This is a rather large home. There's a book. Legend of Calenhad, Chapter 1. Oh. Ooh, somebody's in there. Hello? Someone in there?
Go away. This isn't your home. This is my home. My home, you hear me?
Oh. Bevan, is that you?
How do you know my name?
Well, I spoke to your sister in the chantry.
Did she tell you to take me back to the chantry? Don't make me go back there. I hate that place. I hate it.
Why do you hate the chantry so much?
Everybody's scared. But they tell me I shouldn't be scared. And they tell me I shouldn't be sad that Mother died. I don't want to be sad. I'm brave. I'm going to be a hero. I'm going to fight them off. I will.
From in there?
No. I just heard you coming, and I guess that's not very brave of me, is it? I'll come out now. All right, I came out. You won't hurt me, will you? I'll go back to the chantry if you really want.
Your sister is looking for you, you know.
I just didn't want to be at the chantry anymore. Everyone's scared, and I want to be brave.
So, what are you doing in there, then?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Are you sure? Maybe I could help you.
No, I won't tell you. And you can't make me. You can't.
Okay. I think we need to increase our persuasion a little bit. Yeah. Well, he left. I just want to see what's upstairs. Oh, second floor. Shelf. Cautionary Tales of the Adventurous. A chest.
No, I cannot.
Oh, a key is required. That probably has something to do with the secret that he wouldn't tell us. Which, unfortunately, I think we won't find out. Because I didn't have high enough persuasion. Maybe I should definitely put a point into that next time we level. Okay. Well, let's go. Make sure he made it back to the chantry. According to the little blurb they have during the cutscene, not the cutscene, loading screen, I have a 90% hit chance. All right, he did. He made it back. That's wonderful.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
Yes, well, just stay safe, both of you.
The Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
Okay. All right, well, let's go find Sir Perth and talk to him now. And Sir Perth is up on the hill? They said he was up by the windmill. Okay. Let's go up there. And what is this up here? I don't know. Well, let's go talk to Sir Perth, and then maybe we can explore a little bit as well.
There's one thing I do not understand, Alistair.
Just the one thing.
About you, perhaps. Why the deception over your parentage?
I'd figure you'd be the sort who knows all about deception.
I do. And what use the deception might have had ended when King Caelan perished, did it not?
Maybe. I guess I was sort of hoping that would go away.
The truth does not go away.
I didn't say it was a good plan.
There he is, Sir Perth. Oh, he's not a Templar. I thought he would be. I guess he's just a knight, then. Okay.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit I do not know quite how to address you. Is my lady sufficient?
Well, my lady would be proper. I am a Tern's daughter.
Very well then, my lady. I am humbly at your service. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
Is there anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
I have some questions for you.
Ask me whatever you wish.
Oh. Where can I get supplies?
I'm not sure. Murdoch mentioned a blacksmith in the village, but I believe the militia is using everything he had. Beyond that, you might try the village store. It's locked up, but there may be items of use still within. I do not know.
Okay. What about the tavern?
A fellow named Lloyd runs it. He refuses to close and evacuate to the Chantry. I suppose he might still have something to sell you, though I wouldn't encourage dealing with a fool. He's a profiteer and nothing more.
Okay. Tell me about the quest for the sacred urn.
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
Just what is the Arl sick with?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. He brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Alessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
Why did the Alessa believe anyone could find the urn?
The Al once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Can no one find the other knights and bring them back?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
All right. Well, carry on then.
As you wish, my lady. Make her watch over you.
Okay. I see some sparkly things over here.
From the castle.
Oh, landmark tree again. Again, we must have the dog with us. Andraste's Grace. Yes, that is a gift for Liliana.
And I will not listen to your inauspicious chatter.
And I'm not sure if it's one that triggers a cutscene or not. I don't think it is. I might give it to her anyway. Well, I'll wait until a certain conversation I know about. Because for now, it doesn't really mean anything to us. It doesn't mean anything to Brynn anyways. She doesn't know that it's Liliana's favorite flower. We will learn it later. Let's go up here. I believe this is the tavern. Yes. Kind of an interesting place for a tavern way up on this hill. You'd think they'd put it in the main square or something. Alright. Let's see if, So, these people all have names. Let's talk to her.
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
Okay. Shouldn't you be at the chantry?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the chantry. Are you fighting tonight?
Yes, I am.
That's good to hear. I didn't know that.
How has business been?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local, and they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig, and if I didn't need this job so badly,
You don't care for Lloyd, I take it.
He gropes me and pays me next to nothing. I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
Why don't you leave?
And go where? With no money and no prospects, I just end up somewhere else working for someone worse.
You could leave if you had some help.
You mean after the fighting's over? I'd really like that. What would I have to do in return?
Nothing at all. I'd be glad to help.
That's very kind of you. I don't know what to say.
I should go. For now.
Keep safe.
Because I'm not going to ask her about the elf in the corner, since we haven't seen an elf in a corner. I'm assuming that this is him, though. Let's talk to him.
Not looking for company.
Who are you?
I'm not here to talk.
There's something about this man's demeanor. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But you do, don't you? I know a spy when I see one.
Look, you're very pretty and all, but I was told to... just leave me alone.
What do you mean? You were told to do what?
Nothing. Nobody told me to do anything. Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
And how do you know I'm a Grey Warden?
I just, overheard it, that's all. If you'll excuse me, I want to get to the chantry before the sun goes down.
This will be easier if you just tell me what you're hiding.
I don't want trouble. I'm going to the chantry now. Just leave me alone.
No, you stop right there and answer my questions. Or else.
All right, I'll tell you.
Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
Who are they? Who hired you to do this?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was working for Hal. Arl Rendon Hal. He's an important man, Taryn Logain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
Indeed. What are you supposed to watch the castle for?
Just to report any changes, honest. All I could send word about was the Arl getting sick. After that, monsters started coming from the castle.
So you know how this happened?
I don't know anything about these creatures. When the Arl got sick, I got scared that people would think I was involved. But I swear I don't know anything about it. They sent me to watch. Maybe they knew the Arl would get sick. I don't know.
And how do I know you're telling the truth?
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it. Do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
I think you should help defend Redcliffe tonight.
Oh, all right. I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
Indeed. So, he must be working for Taryn Logain. And Logain and Arl Howe are working together. Which is why, probably, Arl Howe sacked Brynn's home and killed her parents. Because he wanted to get rid of people who would stand against him, probably. Let's look at this letter, though, that he gave me. Those are quests. We want letters. Notes, maybe? Let's just close that. Notes. Berwick's letter. Berwick, we need your eyes and ears in Redcliffe. Stay in the village, keep your head down, and watch the castle. Report any changes and you will be paid. Okay, so he's telling the truth. Alrighty then. Let's, graffiti. Graffiti in Redcliffe's tavern. Okay, let's take a look at it, I guess. Where is it? There. Don't eat the cheese. Okay, then. Lloyd. Lloyd is a peg, then. We don't like Lloyd.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travellers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
Gideon Emery's voice again. What do you mean? No, let's not ask that, of course. Not at all.
Brave words, brave words. Well, we'll see when night falls, won't we? So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope?
I need some questions answered.
Fine. Make them quick.
Shouldn't you be helping defend the village?
Why? When them creatures attack, I lock myself in the cellar. Just batten the hatches and wait it out. What's the point in getting myself killed with all the rest of them? If that makes me a coward, then I'm a coward.
Well, then be a coward if that's what you want.
Well, yes. I suppose that is what I want.
Let's talk about something else.
Something else I can get for you?
Can you answer more questions?
Fine. Make them quick.
Why are you still... why are you still open?
I'm not abandoning my tavern because of a few monsters. The second I'm in the chantry, Murdoch and his men will be here drinking all my ale.
Yes, of course. Alright, then let's talk about something else again.
Something else I can get for you?
Yes, let's see what you have for sale.
Right, I've got some supplies too, in case you're interested. With the store closed down, it doesn't hurt to pick up some of the slack, eh?
So he doesn't sell weapons. He doesn't sell armor or, yeah. He sells health things. Okay. He sells ale as a gift. So he pretty much is useless unless we want to sell stuff. But we don't actually have anything to sell at the moment. Alright. Alright. Just had to check, make sure. Yes. Let's see. Let's go back here. Well, there's nothing back here to take, so that's alright. Alright. Militiamen. Okay. Let's go. Alright. Next on the agenda... What is actually next on the agenda? I don't know. Why don't we go talk to Murdoch and see if he has anything else that we can do. Ah, Berwick. Good. You're down here. Alright, Murdoch.
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
Is there anything else I can do?
We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
Tell me about Dwin.
He's a trader, a dwarf, lives near the lake. Locked himself up in his home with some of his workers, he has. Says he doesn't need any of us. We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out.
Alright, I will check on him then.
Right. Let's hope we see morning.
Alright, Dwin. Let's find Dwin's house. Chantry, general store, Dwin's home. Oh yeah, and they said we could go into the general store and see if there's anything to be had there, even though it's not open. But you know, if we're invited in, we might as well take a look, right? Yeah, which one is it? That's Dwin's house. Which one is the general store? This one? Let's go in here first. Ooh. There's some things in here. A note. Morrigan leveled up. Alright. There's lamp oil in these barrels. Okay.
Think again.
Oh no! I'm not leveling up fast enough for this area. I need to increase my lock picking and stuff. Let's level up Morrigan while we're here. Okay. Is this the first time we've leveled Morrigan? It might be. So, she's got pretty good magic and willpower. Let's give her a little bit more willpower. And I'd like to increase her constitution. Okay. So, Arcane Bolt. See, she is a shapeshifter, so she can shape into a spider or a bear if we give her this these abilities, of course. So she can shape into those during combat. What do we got here? Flame Blast. Okay. And that's the one that mage during the Battle of Ostegard kept lighting me on fire with. Rock armor would be good because she doesn't have any armor. Yeah, so she uses Winter's Grasp, lightning, and frost weapons. I don't think she's ever used frost weapons before, though, in combat. So, we can actually make her a healer. That would be very useful to have a healer. Spell shield, that would be good too. Because she doesn't have armor. Mana drain, walking bomb. She uses mind blast. Okay. So she's got some entropy stuff. Disorient, drain life. Alright. You know what? I think I would like her to be a healer so that she's a little bit more helpful to us. So I'm going to do that. Alright. Cool. Morgan, you can now heal us. You better do a good job with it. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's go talk to Dwyn. Wait a minute. Dwyn's house was the other way, right? It was this one. Alright. Alright. Knock on the door. Hello? Well, let's try picking it. Ah, it worked.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
Oh, Dwyn is a dwarf. Okay. Well, I apologize. I don't mean any harm.
Apology accepted. The name's Dwyn. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
Murdoch says he needs you for the militia.
So what? You recruiting for him? I'll tell you what I told Murdoch. I'm not risking my neck for this town.
Your chances are better out there than in here.
Thanks. But I'll take my chances in here. Everyone else can run around in the open waiting to die.
Can't I change your mind?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
Well, I'll put in a good word for you with Bantegan or the Owl.
And what good would that do me? The Arl's probably dead. I couldn't care less what Tegan thinks of me. What else you got?
Okay. Well, I don't want to give him a more personal reward. I don't really want to hire him to fight either. It's not the character's personality to just threaten to kill somebody if they don't do what she wants. So gold is the only other option, really. How about gold? I'll hire you to fight for the village.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I won't even stick my head out my door for less than 100 silvers.
Okay. No. Then it's a deal.
You're getting off easy there. But like you say, I guess this town needs a hero.
Yeah.
You better be out there too when the sun goes down. I'm not fighting for a lost cause, you hear me?
Oh, don't worry. Ugh, a whole... Yeah. A whole gold piece. Excuse me, Morgan. Let's just see if he has anything worth stealing. No. I know I said I wasn't going to be a thief, but in this game, a thief mostly just means that you can pick people's pockets, I believe. And also, there is a Thieves Guild, and you can do quests for them. So I'm not going to be joining the Thieves Guild. Yeah. I don't consider taking stuff out of people's homes or stores to be stealing, just because it's not frowned upon. Like, there's no consequence for doing it, so it doesn't seem like it's like it's actually stealing. Is there any other buildings that we can look in that we didn't go in? Is there any more over here? There's like a building over there. Can we get to that one? No? Okay. Yeah, because I think we looked in all the buildings. We went to Dwyn's house, the general store, Caitlin's house, the chantry. We went in the tavern. We went in the smithy. There is a house over here. And the windmill. We didn't go in this house. Alright. Well, let's go talk to Murdoch one more time. Tell him what we got doing.
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly,
Oh, he has a
considering how
helmet.
drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
Indeed. I'd like to talk about Dwyn, apparently.
Thanks for persuading him to come out here. He's going to be a great help. I just know it.
Okay, well, I want to discuss something else.
There's not much time before sundown.
Yes. Well, I'll be back, okay?
I have a good feeling about tonight.
I don't like being out here, Dwyn. The mayor's giving me the evil eye.
Okay, well, let's,
While we're out here. We're out here because
we
I say
will
we're gonna
go
help
look around. Let's go look in that house.
Since I pay your wages,
real quick.
you're gonna do as I say.
And then I think we're going to end the episode because it is getting a little bit late. We actually have a quest up here. What? Come on. We have to talk to Sir Perth again. Wonder why. Oh, is that it? Okay, well this is quite a... Quite the thing. Let's go in here. Hello. Who are you? Durnall Garrison.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Nothing, I guess.
Very well.
Okay. I don't recall him. Ballad of something. Couldn't read that fast enough.
The task is finished.
Okay. Alright. Maybe he's having to do with another quest. Which maybe we'll discover later. Let's go talk to Sir Perth one more time. Since that is the quest we have.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
Have you considered using the oil in the village store?
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
Enough to set many monsters aflame.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Yes. Yes, he said he wanted holy protection. Carry on.
As you wish, my lady. Maker watch over you.
I saw a sparkly box back here.
Sort of like coming home again, but with more undead.
Yeah. Fire arrows, nice. There's ships down there. That's cool. Okay. And we can go into the windmill. Aha, there's a box in here. A love letter. Alright, let's read the love letter. Oh yeah, and there was a tattered shopping list. I didn't read it because I didn't think it was very, Notes. Quest related. Where's the love letter, I wonder? It's not in a quest. Controls. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Items. No. Love letter. If it's not under notes... Oh, here it is. It's not called... love letter. Okay. A collection of embarrassing personal communications between the spoiled wealthy and their objects of obsession. Huh. You are filthy, a beast, such depravity I have never been forced to suffer. How words are so laden when they leave your lips is beyond decent imagining. Madam, I love you. Sir Ogled. Okay. It kind of annoys me that when you pick up the item, it says it's called one thing, but when you try to go find it to read it, it's named a completely different thing. It makes it a little difficult. Okay. Alright, so I believe we can't go in that house because it doesn't even have a door. What do you know? Let's go look over here. Aha, there's a death route over here. Looks like they're building a ship. Interesting. Okay, well, you guys, I think we're going to call it a day for now. This is going to be the episode for today, and next time we will be probably fighting the battle. I think we got everybody equipped, and we recruited as many people as we could. I will check in with Murdoch one more time next episode to make sure there's nothing else to do here, but we will do that in the next episode. So leave a like or a comment if you've been enjoying the show, and until next time, everybody, remember to play safe, play nice, and have fun. Bye, everyone.